No matter how many times they've been decapitated, dismembered, and brutally murdered, these guys somehow keep coming back for more.
Face me in Mortal Kombat.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Mortal Kombat characters. For this list, we ranked the fighters from the Mortal Kombat series, based on their abilities, backstory, and overall appeal. Just to be clear, we're not ranking these characters based on who you should pick in a fighting game tournament, because honestly, everyone has their own personal style. Number 10, Goro. Fighting opponents in this series who have 2 arms is bad enough, so logically, an opponent who has 4 would be twice as hard. It should be no surprise then that he was the champion of the Mortal Kombat tournament for over 500 years before Liu Kang dethroned him. He was first showcased as an unplayable boss in the first title in the series, and served as the biggest challenge one had to face for arcade players who were skilled enough to get that far. Number 9, Kung Lao.
For the Shaolin.
This character started out as a Shaolin monk, but you wouldn't know it from watching him fight. Many of his best moves come from a unique source, his razor-rimmed hat. It serves a variety of purposes, but one of his coolest is the Hat Slice Fatality, where he uses it to cut his opponents in half with a single swipe. Even better, it always winds up back on his head, so you'll be ready to take on whatever crosses you next. He's the descendant of the great Kung Lao, who Goro defeated when he first became the champion. So he enters the second tournament to restore his family's honor.
Did I really free my ancestors?
This was the plan of the Elder Gods, Kung Lao.
Number 8, Kitana.
Raiden was right. You have lied to me my entire life.
As tough as this character was to master, she made for a dependable fighter once you got the hang of her. Her supposed twin sister Mileena was created as a palette swap for her, but there's no question which character got more backstory. Not only that, she learns that Mileena was actually a clone created by Shang Tsung, and she leaves her position as an assassin for Shao Kahn to join the good guys.
Princess Kitana, I request an audience.
Earthrealmers, you dare approach me.
Kitana's unforgettable Kiss of Doom is one of the series' most painful-looking fatalities. And her fan is one of the game's best projectiles, especially when chained with combos. Number 7, Sonya Blade. Appearing as the first female character in the series, she's proven over the years just how much ass she can kick. Making her debut in the first title as a late addition by the developers, with her appearance inspired by martial arts actress Cynthia Rothrock, this US Special Forces officer is hell-bent on taking down Kano and his Black Dragon gang.
After I get you to base, I'm coming back. Kano's still here somewhere.
Your obsession with him is gonna get you killed.
She had arguably the best jumping abilities of any character in the first game, and her Kiss of Death was a fiery way to finish off an opponent. Man, both ladies get a kiss fatality. Is that sexist?
Yeah.
Number 6, Raiden. Despite bringing about the end of the world in his ending for the first game, this character was brought back as the protector of Earthrealm in the sequel, and he's been an unforgettable fighter ever since. He was invited to the tournament by none other than Shang Tsung himself, and his position as the God of Thunder gives him awesome attacks that utilize the power of lightning. His fatality in the first game was so intense that it had to be heavily altered for the SNES version, turning the decapitation into a simple obliteration. Number 5, Johnny Cage.
Well, that's enough of the mushy stuff.
It's no surprise that a character based on the action star Jean-Claude Van Damme would kick some serious ass, but it's not just his good looks that make him such a great character. Like his likeness, he's a martial arts film actor, and he gets involved with the MK tournament to show that he doesn't need special effects. Despite his obnoxious, arrogant persona, his powerful close-range attacks make opponents wish they weren't on his bad side, especially when he goes for their sensitive spots. And can you really say no to a character that can take your head clean off with an uppercut?
Johnny Cage wins.
Number 4, Shang Tsung.
Your soul is mine.
As we've seen thus far, just about every MK fighter brings something cool to the table, but this sorcerer's shape-shifting abilities take things up a notch. Not only can he take on the appearance of other characters, but he also gains all of their signature moves, making him a force to be reckoned with. But, of course, his most frightening and iconic ability is that he can steal the soul of his vanquished opponent. Tseng served as the final boss for the first Mortal Kombat game, but his true fighting skill emerged with his new, younger form from the second game onwards.
Wins.
Number 3. Liu Kang.
Liu Kang wins.
The heroic lead character of the series and Earthrealm's reigning champion of Mortal Kombat. Liu Kang's signature moves come with a high-flying kick that sends him flying like a missile into his opponents, and his bicycle kick will offer you a world of hurt. Of course, his fatality is no joke either, as from Mortal Kombat 2 onwards, he was able to turn into a frickin' dragon. Liu Kang was in the Mortal Kombat series in the first 4 games, so imagine how shocked we were when he was suddenly killed in the intro for Deadly Alliance.
Liu Kang is dead.
Number 2. Sub-Zero. This character's fatality is one of the main reasons the series garnered such a well-deserved reputation. What you may not know is that there's actually 2 guys who bear the name Sub-Zero, with the first one being killed by Scorpion officially in the first game, and his brother taking up his name in Mortal Kombat 2 onwards.
Your brother?
I am only here to learn Sub-Zero's fate.
Sub-Zero's trademark move is obviously his ability to freeze his opponents, allowing him to take free hits against said opponent with ease. As the only character to appear in all current Mortal Kombat fighting games, Sub-Zero would have been an easy choice for number 1, if it wasn't for one last challenger.
Finish him!
Before we get to our number 1, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. Number 1. Scorpion.
Your inferior clan is dead. Soon you will join them.
It's easy to see why this character is the iconic face of the franchise, and the highest voted character, but it's worth taking a minute to celebrate just how badass he is. He's an undead ninja who was killed by Sub-Zero and then came back from the dead to avenge his own death in the first game. His unholy anger fuels him with the ability to fling spears at his opponents while telling them to. And his undead status gives him a really awesome flaming skull that helps him burn his opponents to a crisp in style. Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite character to beat up your buddies with?
Kano wins.
For more violent top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Scorpion wins. Fatality.